These all new 4th gen Tacomas should have come with these from factory. This is the all-new Tacoma Lifestyle Fang Pod for the 4th gen Tacoma. This is a product that the 4th gen Tacoma honestly should have come with from factory. This replaces the bezel below your headlight on the 4th gen Tacoma with a super bright LED pod light. Now this can serve as a fog light. This can serve as just some cool off-road lighting. This is backlit as well, so it's gonna match up with your headlights really good. But it actually gives you a functional purpose to this otherwise kind of useless part of the Tacoma front bumper. So you're able to add some functionality, add some style, and it's a pretty easy install, and we're gonna show you guys how to install that right now. So we're gonna pull everything out of the box, show you exactly what comes with our new Fang Pod. So first thing you're gonna have is your wiring harness. This is gonna be all the wiring you'll need to get these set up on your truck. You have a relay, you have your positive and negative connections, and then you also have a switch. So you're gonna be able to run this switch into your truck, cycle through both your backlight and your fog light, and then just off as well. So you'll have your wiring harness, and then you'll have your 2 Fang Pods. Now this is gonna be for each side of the truck. You'll get the super bright LED pod light right here, and it also has a really cool backlight. So if you are running lights like Dial Dynamics pod lights, or just Baja Designs light bars, or you have like an aftermarket headlight like these ones from Alpharex, you'll be able to match that DRL that all of those lights have with a DRL on your Fang Pod. So it looks pretty cool, but it also does have some functionality with the added fog light. So when you are in off-road conditions where it's dusty, snowy, raining, you'll be able to turn those on and have that extra light so you can see where you're going. All right, now we're gonna throw this stuff out of the way. We're gonna move these to the side, and then I'm gonna show you guys all the tools that you'll be needing for this install. First things first, you're gonna wanna grab a ratchet, and I went ahead and grabbed an extension. It's just gonna make things a little bit easier. And then I grabbed a 10mm socket, and then you'll also need a 13mm socket. Along with those, you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver, and then just to make things easier, grab a plastic pry tool or just a flathead screwdriver, whichever you'd like. So these are all the tools that you'll need for the install. Now we are going to actually cut to a different video showing you how to remove the bumper off of an OEM Toyota Tacoma. I'm not going to show you on this truck just because it does have an aftermarket front bumper and a couple other things done to it. It's not going to be the same as it would be on an OEM truck. So I'm going to show you guys what it would look like on an OEM truck, and then when it cuts back, we'll show you guys how to install these Fang Pods and also how to get them wired. All right, so we got the truck hood open. We are going to start by just removing a couple clips on some things here in the engine bay. There's going to be some clips here on the radiator cover and also some clips here on the air intake that we're going to need to remove. All right, so here on the air intake, there are going to be 4 clips we're going to be removing. There's going to be one right here, here, and then 2 more right here and right here. The likelihood of you breaking these is pretty high, so I just make sure you have some spare clips ready for any you do break. So these clips are push down clips, so you don't really need a plastic pry tool. Keep one in handy just in case you do need to pry some of these off. So just push down on the center of these, and they should pop right out. It's kind of hard to see, but here in the middle of the clip, there's going to be a circle. Just push down that. It'll kind of depress, and then the clip should just pop right out. All right, we're now going to remove our radiator cover. So there are going to be some more clips for this. You're gonna have one up here, one down here, one towards the middle, another one on the other side, and then 2 more right here. Then also towards the front of the truck, there's going to be 2 more. And we're just going to press these in and pop these clips out. And this cover should just pop right out. All right, next we're going to start by taking off some bolts on the top of the bumper. So you're gonna have 3 10mm bolts, one right here, one in the middle, and one on the driver's side. Go ahead and take a 10mm socket and start moving those. There are also going to be a couple of wiring harnesses you want to disconnect. These things control things like the sensors on the truck, like front crash sensors. So we don't want to break those when we're pulling the bumper off, so we just want to disconnect the harness right now. There's going to be 2 connectors right here that we're going to disconnect. Then there's going to be a couple more on the bottom of the bumper. All right, and now we're gonna remove some hardware on either side of the fenders. And we're gonna have 3 10 mil bolts, one down here, one right here, and then one at the top that we're gonna be removing, as well as 2 plastic screws that you'll just take a flathead and unscrew. That's gonna be the exact same for both sides. So with these 2 little clips right here, you are just gonna get like a flathead screwdriver, go right underneath, or a plastic pry tool, and just pull them out. Just like that. And then now we're gonna hit these 10 mil bolts. There's gonna be 3, one down here, one up top, and then one at the very top right All right, now that we have all those bolts removed, we're ready to go ahead and pop this fender flare out. We're just gonna pop out this front half. Don't have to worry about the back half. We just need to get enough room to get this one screw that is holding the bumper in on this side. Once you have that popped off, there's gonna be this one Phillips head screw right here. We're gonna unscrew that, and then we should be able to get the bumper off on this side. All right, we're now gonna be doing the exact same on the other side of the truck. All right, and now we're just gonna pull this fender flare off just like we did on the other side. We're also gonna have some bolts here underneath the truck that we're gonna need to remove. There's gonna be 2 more 10mm bolts on this side, 2 more on the passenger side, as well as a 13mm bolt right here and right here. All right, we're now ready to remove our front bumper. There are gonna be a couple more connectors that we're gonna wanna disconnect when we pull this thing off. But now that you have all those screws, all those clips undone, you should just be able to pull this thing straight out. There's 1, 2. All right, so on this TRD Sport, I'm used to working on Colby's truck where we have to disconnect a ton of stuff behind it. But once you undo these 2 clips right here, you actually won't need to disconnect anything else on the truck. All right, so we have the 4th gen Tacoma bumper removed from the truck. Now, I do want to emphasize to you, when you are doing this install on your own truck, you won't need to disconnect any of the wiring or fully take your bumper off. You'll just need to do enough to get back behind the bumper and reach these bezels. There's gonna be 5 tabs that you're gonna wanna access. Again, just to show you guys clearly and what to remove from your Tacoma bumper, we did disconnect the bumper fully from the truck, put it on a workbench. That way we can get a camera in here and show you guys which tabs specifically you're gonna be messing with to then clear this for your Fang Pod install. So once we do that, we're gonna install the new Fang Pods. We're gonna throw this all back on the truck, and then we'll show you guys how to get them wired and how to get your truck back on the road again. So the first step, you wanna locate your factory bezel right here. We have the one on the driver's side. There are gonna be 5 clips that we're gonna need to push out to remove this bezel and make room for the new Fang Pod. So those 5 clips are gonna be located here, 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 and here. And we're just gonna use a plastic pry tool to get these clips undone. Just like that, you're now ready to do everything we did right there on the passenger side. All right, once we've done that, we're ready to install the new Fang Pod. There are going to be 5 clips that match just like the ones that you took out, and you're just going to replace these the same way that those old bezels popped out. All right, so feed this wire through right here, and then find those 5 inserts that held the last bezel, and we're just gonna put this back in that same spot. These will pop in just like the old ones. Now that is installed, we're gonna do the exact same thing on the passenger side, and we'll be ready to wire these up. Now that that's installed, we're going to install the passenger side one, and then we'll get the bumper back on the truck to show you guys how to wire these up. All right, now that you have your bumper back installed and everything else is tightened down, we're going to start the process of getting these Fang Pods wired. So you're gonna wanna grab your wiring harness. We're gonna start with probably the most difficult part, and that's getting the wire through the firewall. I'm gonna show you that process. Once we do that, everything else should be pretty straightforward. So I'll show you guys how to wire this through the firewall, and we'll get everything connected, and then we'll show you guys what these look like when they're on. All right, so first thing we're gonna wanna do is take the white connector right here. We're actually gonna disconnect this because it's gonna be easier getting this white piece through the firewall than this blue piece. There's just a little push tab you push on, and it'll pop right out. So we're gonna get this piece through. Once it's through, we'll go ahead and reconnect this, and then we'll show you guys how to get your switch wired on your truck as well. All right, so to get the wire through your firewall, there's gonna be a little rubber boot right here by the brake booster. If you haven't wired lights before, what you're gonna wanna do is just cut a little slit in this boot, and then you're just gonna feed this wire through into the cabin. Sometimes it's a little easier if you have someone to help you out, because one person can just feed it through and the other one can kind of fish for it as you're feeding it through. But since we are doing this just with us two, Tyler behind the camera and me trying to do this, I'm just gonna try and do this with one person. So I'm gonna get this through as far through as I can on this side. Then I'm gonna go inside the truck, take a peek underneath the steering wheel, steering column, and try and pull that wire out. Once we do that, I'll show you guys how to get the switch wired up and put everything back together inside the truck. We're now inside the truck. We're gonna show you guys how to get everything wired. So you wanna grab a Phillips head screwdriver. There's gonna be one screw right down here. Once you get that removed, you're just gonna pop out this little panel. That's gonna give you access to the back side of these switches. Now, the really cool thing about the kit is it comes with a switch that's gonna look very OEM in your truck that will allow you to toggle between the DRL and the fog light option on our Fang Pod. We're gonna show you guys how to get that wired up. Once we have that wired up, we'll move back to the outside of the truck, get everything dialed, and then we'll show you guys what it looks like with them running. All right, so to get this piece out, you're gonna wanna start down here. You can push this back a little bit. That's gonna give you some access to this panel. And then you'll wanna get two hands kind of in here and pull towards you. That's gonna get this whole piece to pop out, and then you'll be able to access all the wiring on the backside. So just push these tabs and this will just pop right out. All right, so now that we have this piece removed from the vehicle, we'll be able to get back behind all these switches. Now you can use whichever blank switch that you want. This new switch will just slide right into place. But to get these out, there's gonna be two clips on either side of these switches. You just wanna press down on each of those clips, and then this will pop back out. All right, then you'll take your new switch, and this is going to just reinsert into that spot where you pulled the blank out. This will just pop right back in. Looks just like factory. From here, we're able to wire up that wire that we brought through the firewall, bring it up and connect it right into the switch. Go and connect that. And then you'll just want to kind of feed this up through the steering rack area of the truck, just until you're able to reach it from back in here. All right, so we got this up through this backside panel here, and then we'll just want to connect this to the switch. All right, and now the switch is installed. We're gonna go ahead and put this panel back. We are now ready to jump right back into the engine bay, wire up the rest of the pod lights. All right, now that the switch is all wired up inside the truck, we're gonna move back out to the engine bay. We're gonna get the fuse tap set up and then just connect the lights. So you wanna go to your driver's side fuse box, pop this open. So we took our fuse box lid off. We are gonna be using an added fuse. This will be supplied in each kit. And we're gonna be tapping into the IGN fuse. Honestly, you can tap in whichever fuse you feel comfortable. We do want power for these whenever the truck is on. The IGN fuse will have power whenever the truck is on, so we'll be able to turn the lights on and off whenever the truck is on without the use of having to just constantly have that blue light running from the battery. So wire this however you want, but this is the one that we're gonna recommend. So we'll wanna attach our added fuse. You'll take the red positive wire, throw it in here, and then if you have some wire crimps, just grab those. The easiest way to do this is just throw this in first, hold that down, and then stick this wire in. Once this wire's in, go ahead and brush that. And now you can see this is gonna be super taut, won't go anywhere. So your IGN fuse is gonna be located right here. It's a 10 amp fuse, which means you're gonna wanna make sure you have two 10 amp fuses in your add-a-fuse. If you only have one, this will not work. So just make sure you have two right here, and then you're good to plug this in. Once it's plugged in, that will give you the positive current you'll need to run the lights. And then you just wanna make sure that your negative cable right here is grounded. So there's a grounding bolt right here. There's also somewhere you can ground it back here, just wherever you're able to ground it, ground this, but this is gonna be the one that most people will use. So this is a 10mm bolt. Go ahead and unscrew this, throw your negative connection in, tighten this down, and then we're gonna hook up the lights. Once this is all wired up, you're good to throw your fuse box lid back on your fuse box. This will get pinched a little bit, but don't worry. Spoiler alert, we are working on a solution for that. So just be on the lookout for that. Once this is kind of in place, you are good to start wiring up the Fang pods themselves. There's gonna be two connectors for those. That will look like this, one for each side. So with all this wiring, you just want to tidy it up the best you can. But we're gonna worry about that once we have these connected. Once they're connected, we can go ahead and zip tie wires just out of the way. We want to make sure that these are not coming in contact with anything that gets really hot and anything that is spinning. So just make sure that you're not making contact with anything like that, and you should be good to go. Now that we have this all wired up, this would be a really good time to check to make sure that everything is solid. So I'd get in the truck, turn it on, cycle through all of the lighting on the truck. So your backlight and your fog light, make sure that all works. Once you know that it works, just button up a few things how you'd like it, run the wiring how you'd like it, and then the install is done. And that has been the install for the Tacoma Lifestyle Fang Pod for the 4th Gen Tacoma. If you want to pick some of these up, they are available on our website for all 4th Gen Tacoma models. If you like the hat or the shirt I'm wearing, you can also find those on tacomalifestyle.com. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.